Hello there, Seraphim17 once again, introducing you to my Dark Souls video walkthrough. So I said that it would never happen, because I never thought it would, and suffice to say I thought I'd just do the playthrough that you can see on my channel currently, but I have to contradict myself because the PC version is coming out at the end of August, and there's going to be a lot of people looking for help on this game, because if you've never played Dark Souls before, it is an exceptionally challenging video game, and that is a rarity these days with such, handheld difficulty and checkpoints galore. So there's already a very wide array of guides and helpful videos all across the internet, YouTube, every single place you can possibly go has some pretty good videos. And I am jumping into that oversaturated pool, but hopefully I'll be able to bring a personality, some different strategies, and some interesting, interesting experiences to partake on your journey through this game, because everybody will have a different strategy to do each section. That's just the nature of this machine. It is such an interesting and detailed universe, and there is a lot of strategy involved. The strategy that I'm going to be giving you through these videos is basically you can start as any class, and feel free to do so. The class at the start really doesn't matter, as I do the Darth Vader shrug, which is amazing. It doesn't matter at all what you pick at the start, because you can always manipulate your stats towards where you want to go. For a low-level character, or a new player should I say, you want to always begin your leveling process by picking health and endurance, because it just makes more sense. But the character build on this game is going to move towards a strength build, mainly because I managed to get a Black Knight weapon very early on, and if you find one of those, or you're looking at, well, I say find, technically you can't find them, but if you're lucky enough to get the drop early on, if you build your character towards that weapon, it will destroy the rest of the game for you, and you will have an exceptionally easy way through Dark Souls, because this guide is going to be pretty much, hopefully, a definitive release of how to beat the game with very little ease. I'm going to show you a quick way through it. I'm not going to be, side questing or taking ridiculous paths to get, unique items and stuff. That's not what this guide is about. This guide is to get you to the end of the game, get you to beat the game. And one thing I will mention is I would not advocate playing it like this, purely because you're going to miss out on a lot of the experience. But if this is not your first time through, or if you're just wanting to beat it to say that you have, this video should be perfect for that kind of situation. But the direction I'm going to be going is a universal one, because anybody can go this direction, and I would recommend for a new player who wants to get a super powerful class early on to pick the pyromancer, because you start with the pyromancer glove, and the pyromancer glove is one of the most overpowered items on the game, because it scales purely off the glove itself. You do not have to buff any stat to make it good. All you have to do is spend souls to power up the glove, and I'm going to be showing you quite early on how to do exactly that. If you don't start as the pyromancer, I will be showing you how to get the glove from a man called Laurentius, and from there, if you have the patience to boost the soul levels by doing some of the farming spots that I will be showing you, you can effectively level up that glove as soon as you get it to the maximum capacity it gives, and it will just storm through every boss you fight, because it is that powerful. The only bosses that it will not work exceptionally well on are any of the ones that are resistant to fire, and those guys aside, you will have a boss killing tool, and it's really, really powerful. But this is still early moments of the game. These are the first few enemies you're going to come up against, and this is going to be introducing you to the concept of combat. The easiest way to approach combat on this game, if you don't want to mess about with timing or learning animations or attack patterns, is literally to hold block, wait for the enemy to strike you, he will then rebound, leaving him open for a counter attack, and that is how you'll fight. You can obviously get much more deeper than that if you want to. You can look into getting around enemies to try and backstab them for critical damage. You can even do the parry technique that I just did then to do even more damage than a backstab. There are plenty of different ones, but before you enter this door, make sure you press Y or triangle to two-hand, or whatever the fuck it is on the keyboard, sorry. Two-hand your weapon, so when you drop down you will do maximum damage against the Asylum Demon. And then the best way to strike this guy is to stay behind him, because all of his attacks are going to be frontal swings, and occasionally he'll go up in the air like this, which does an area of effect when he lands, and then you can come back down and attack him. Remember to two-hand, because there's no point trying to block what he does, because he's too powerful right now. And if you have a weapon like mine, it'll cause bleed damage that it just did then, and this guy will go down really quickly. If you're a pyromancer, your spells will rape him. If you're anything else, you'll generally have a pretty easy time with that guy. But use the Pilgrim Key, take the humanity you've just been given, and then cruise up to the top of this little atoll place, this little hill, and you will be then transported into the real areas of Dark Souls. So thanks for watching. I hope you stick with the guide, and it should be something special. You take care now.